Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's Richie Unicorn Caller here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It is Monday, and I'm still a little bit hungover after that amazing Super Bowl. Primarily the halftime, though. The game sucked, but the halftime was absolutely brilliant. I loved Bad Bunny, and it was a little fiesta in the house, and we had a great time. So let's jump right into the news. Not really much to talk about. We're primarily just kind of like notifying you guys are just basically the same roundup as per usual. Let's talk a little bit about console, and like I said, nothing really is happening much for console. Nintendo Switch did receive a patch in the morning, which has some pretty notable cool stuff. So they addressed a client crash that occurs when engaging with most mini games, including most mini games in the fairgrounds. So interacting with Silver Chest and some later quests as well. So they fixed a few crashes for that, which is pretty good. They also resolved missing button glyph apparently in some of Gamma's text, and they've also updated their they updated some of the interactions in the fishing tutorial to appropriately use controller inputs, which is pretty cool. But beyond that, that's pretty much it. Wizard101 on console still does not have Darkmoor, the 2025 Darkmoor update. And they also don't have a few Crown Shop stuff as well. And understandably, this stuff does take time because, as we say a billion times, it has to get approved by the console manufacturers and stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. But in terms of console news, that's pretty much it. Keep reporting any bugs that you may see in their little online Wizard101 Discord server, so they can hopefully, get that dealt with. All right, let's talk a little bit about this. This is the MMG Wizard101 collaboration we've been talking about for, well, it feels like months. But yeah, it's still available. I don't know if it really has like a expiration date on this type of promotion, but yeah, if you want a really cool dice set collection, make sure to check it out because you also get some nice little in-game goodies on Wizard101 PC as well. So make sure to check this out if you are interested. And then over here we have the Starry plushie that's going to be releasing in February 12th. So also make sure to check that out if you are curious. And then over here we talk about the Scalamry Scourge Horde Pack. It has some nice little gear to basically it's like Wastelander gear, so make sure to also check that out as well. The free code has expired, so you cannot redeem that free code, but it is a pretty cool pack, so make sure to check it out. I know everybody's been trying to get the pets as well. And then over here we have the Olympian bundle, which is in the online cart. Tuesday, February 10th. That's basically going to be the last day if you want to get this. So make sure to check this out. And as per usual, this is PC only. Sorry, console players. Over here, we got the Friendship Festival, which is around, so make sure to check out the Crown Shop. It also said that the items are for PC only, which is unfortunate. But again, make sure to check it out. And then over here we got the Carnival Celebration. They actually do have these items in the Crown Shop, I believe, for console players as well. So make sure to check this out. It's going to last through February 17th. Actually wrapping up pretty soon. So again, make sure to check it out if you want some nice little cosmetics. And then over here is your last day for Beastman Hunt in the Aquila Mine, and also the last day for the Great My Stitch event. So also make sure to check that out as well. And then over here for today's news, like I said, nothing really happening. It's just a Mega Monday. So you can basically get 40% off in the PC and console Crown Shop for the Mega Snap Packs. So make sure to check that out if you really need some Mega Snap Packs. Because I'm not going to lie, I have no snacks left. I had to use them all. I had to use all my snacks, like farming Azoth, because I used the Balance Scout talent, and it takes a lot of pet snacks. But yeah, make sure to check that out as well. Alright, now let's talk a little bit about the teasers as to what we know currently, or at least what I know currently. If there's more stuff that you know, good job for you. But these are the main things I wanted to talk about. So reminder to make sure you check out all these awesome content creators, because they will be showcasing the new magic weaving content and also some new Arc 1 spellment paths. So make sure to check that out. For February 10th, it's going to be Straw Desert HD. And then it's going to be February 12th, that's going to be a balance. That's Zephyr. February 14th, it's going to be Blaze Lifehammer, and that's going to be life spells. And then for the 15th, it's going to be Ice, and that's going to be Core and Vortec. And 16th, it's going to be Fire. That's going to be Ultimate Speedster. So make sure to check that out. You know how to check out Genevieve Moongarden and Awesome the Sauce's videos to check out those new spells and content as well. So make sure to keep up with that, because we're going to see some really cool spells. I saw the myth spells. The myth spells look really cool, especially one. I might dedicate a video for that one as well. And then let's go over to the other teasers. We talked about Portal Apparel. Not really much of a teaser, I would say, because this is a returning thing from the previous spring update. Let's just fingers crossed that this time it works, and if it doesn't, we'll probably see it on another long hiatus as per usual. So hopefully this finally works, because it's a really cool event. And then over here, the Paradox wants a rematch, probably indicating a boss rematch for the Abandoned Paradox and Caramel. You know, typically we see these updates a lot. A lot of people don't do some of these content. I'll explain in a minute. But yeah, that one's going to be fun, and definitely can't wait to do that. And also, this one, we might be seeing a return to Azteca. Maybe we'll be getting the Azteca Gauntlet or an Azteca Key Boss. I have no idea. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, pretty cool stuff. And then, last but not least, Ravenwood Academy. Still nothing here yet. Still waiting on whenever this will release. It looks really cool. We're just still waiting to see what happens. So make sure to check that out if you are interested. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for all the news. And pretty much it's just, again, just a wrap up of everything we've talked about over time. But typically when it comes to Wizard101 updates, they're not really hard to like understand like what they're going for, or like when we're gonna get an update. The main thing you need to know is that we only get like a world update in the winter, right? Typically the spring and summer updates are content that a lot of people don't really engage in, like the boss rematches. I know a lot of people don't like the boss rematches or the magic weaving. And then typically in the summer, it's probably going to be a new raid. And I know a lot of people don't like to go raiding. So, you know, spring and summer, we don't really see a lot of interest. But then towards the winter, that's when it gets a little bit more exciting, because, oh, we get a level cap increase. We get new world spells. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we get more storyline content as well. I have no idea what's going on with PvP. I haven't really seen many PvP updates in a while. Maybe we'll get that in this spring update, which honestly, it seems like we're getting the spring update pretty soon, which to my eyes is shocking. I really just hope they're, knock on wood, taking enough time that they possibly need to for this spring update. I wouldn't want them to rush it. And even if we do get the spring update like this early, it would mean that Wizard101 Europe and Wizard101 console are starting to slow down a little bit. Primarily though, console though is going to be missing out on obviously day one updates, because again, like I already said, it takes time to approve those updates through the consoles, and then they gotta make sure everything works, blah 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 blah. So I don't really know like what direction they're going on with that. Same thing with Wizard101 Europe. I know these things take time, but I see comments all the time about people getting pretty upset, like, hey, where are our updates? You know, where is our attention? Especially Wizard101 Europe. They have been really upset for a couple of years now. So I don't know what direction they're going into, but we'll just have to wait and find out. And we say it every year that hopefully it gets better, but you know, it's starting to kind of get a little stale. I mean, if you play Wizard101 North America servers on the PC, you get those updates pretty quickly. But if you play on Wizard101 console or Wizard101 Europe, then that's when, things start to slow down a little bit. You might see people post content that you don't even get to play yet. So we'll wait and see what happens. But until then, my name is Richard Unicorn Caller, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.